So, hello everyone, this is the Difficult Second Album, or vlog, as people call it. Thought I'd have a bit of a talk about what's been going on since the last one, and talk about, obviously, the gene therapy, although I'm not allowed to say much, even though I was on the trial. And have a little rant, maybe, about the odd little thing to do with it, maybe. So yeah, let's talk about gene therapy first. It was nice to see the results. Those of you who've watched it probably feel encouraged. Certain bits of it was a shame that it didn't work for certain people, but like they said in the things, certain dosages and things can change that. And actually, the results overall seem very good from the trial, which is fantastic. Let's just hope it keeps going. My only bugbear about it, and I know I've complained a lot about it recently, is the communication side to the people that were on the drug I think, was extremely poor. Alright, I didn't expect to get told anything, because obviously we're not allowed to know stuff and things like that, but we wasn't really kept in the loop since the delay last year, and we found out 10 days after everyone else, roughly via email, after they'd released it publicly, that they was going to tell everyone in a press conference, which I think is unfair. I think the least they could have done was possibly email everyone who was on the trial first to say, just to let you know, we are going to do a press conference, and the results, although you might not find out your individual ones, will come out then, which it's just common courtesy, really. I know I've complained and moaned quite a lot online about it, but I do think communication is the biggest thing. If you want people to participate in things and be kept up to date with things and enjoy the whole process of it, like I enjoyed doing the trial, I do think they need to talk to individuals more. I'm not saying they could tell us stuff because they weren't allowed to. They never were. And they're not really allowed to tell anything now until officially, I think. And we find out sooner or later our individual results, I understand. But they could have at least kept a note and said, sorry, it keeps getting delayed. This is this. Although they did apologise in the conference, which was very nice. And the doctor, I can't remember his name, escapes me, was very honest and said, we wasn't in the position, and it was nice to hear that, very refreshing. A lot of people think that honesty is not always a good thing, but he was very honest and apologised and thanked everyone, which was really nice. And I just think communication is a big thing. I work in an industry where communication is key to making sure legally you're all up to date, you're legally bound by everything in the industry I do to communicate certain things. And I think that the drugs trials should be about communication to the people that take part, because they're a very, very important part of it. And a lot of people I know I've spoke to privately and personally were very frustrated that that they didn't hear much, but they accept that can happen. But I just think little things like the communication side could have been improved. That said, the team at Brompton, where I did the trial, were amazing, and I can't thank Dr. or I should say Professor Jane and Dr. Mike, who were, I think, running the team mainly, and all his people that worked behind them. They were amazing, very friendly, very open. They were great to chat to. They were always answering questions. I even emailed after the trial was finished just to ask if there was any updates. And although they couldn't tell me anything, they would at least say, no, we can't tell you anything, but, just keep your ears open. It is coming. Don't worry. They never told me anything other than just to say, sorry, we haven't heard anything, and that was great. I can't say that the Brompton team could have been any better. They really couldn't. They were fantastic, and I thoroughly enjoyed doing the trial. I'd love to do another one, but communication has to be improved. It's the biggest thing. And I know a few people have said to me, oh, well, you've been moaning about the communication. One person even said, I had a tantrum. Well, I don't think I had a tantrum. I'm allowed to moan. We all moan. Most of the people that moaned at me moan about stupid things. So I think my moan was quite genuine to say, well, communication is key. And for people to say, well, I haven't really bothered to find out, well, if you don't want to know your individual results when you're on a trial so you can assess how it's affected your health personally, well, that's up to you. But me, personally, I had a very big interest in gene therapy. It's very exciting to be part of. I want to know everything. I want to know if I was or wasn't on the drug. I want to know what it did to me. I want to know every nook and cranny about how it could have affected me, because it's a very important thing. I want to live longer. I want to enjoy things better. But if you just want to get on the trial and not worry about it, this drug could end up one day being on the market. Could change your life. Well, if you don't want to know about it, why did you do the trial in the first place? If you're not bothered about your individual results. And if you don't like the fact I had a tantrum or I've been apparently complaining too much, then you can quite happily just delete this, unfollow me, block me on Facebook, whatever. I ain't got time for people that think I was moaning or had a tantrum. I think I genuinely had quite a good reason not to complain, but I think it's an issue that does need to be corrected for drugs trials. And I will write a letter, like I've said on many of my comments, not to complain, like I originally said. I won't be complaining. The first thing I will be thanking the team because it's been amazing. The conference they did the other day about the drug and everything was brilliant, very insightful. Although I'm not allowed to say anything officially about it, I learned a lot about the results and how the trial went for the team as a whole. I still don't know my individual result. I can't wait to find out. But, you know, I'm still allowed to talk about the conference because a lot of people watched it. So the result from the conference was fantastic. And when I do find out my individual results, I'll do another blog or vlog about it. And, you know, I might have another complaint then. But my overall thing was, if you want people to take part, like myself, I'm highly interested in everything with CF. You know, I do a lot of campaigns. I'm trying to do a lot of charity stuff this year. I want to do more drugs trials. I want to know about Orkambi that's just been... they've just been talking about today online and how it could end up being the drug of the future for people like myself with the double DF508 drug. You know, I want to know everything, but people that moaned at me seem to be the people that weren't really that interested. So if you're not that interested in it, just go away. You know, I really don't care if it upsets people. I'm allowed to have my moan. Everyone has a rant once in a while. So yeah, really, I think on the whole, gene therapy looks amazing. The results were surprising, actually, really surprising. In a good way, surprising. I didn't realise how well it was going to go. So yeah, I was really pleasantly surprised to watch, and I learnt a lot. Like I did for all the way through the trial, I learnt a lot. I'm really gutted that I can't say anything more than that, because I can only say what's in the public knowledge. But it's been amazing to watch and learn, and I learnt a lot about myself over it. You know, it's been fantastic. But yeah, hopefully, you know, that progresses well in the future, and so does this new drug that's hopefully going to get approval, which I saw Ed Owen blog about this morning, and people have retweeted it, and a lot of people have been writing about it. It was in the news lately. Look, it's all looking amazing. You know, we've all waited, the best part of 10 years to find out about gene therapy and miracle drugs. I mean, 10 years is a long time, but a lot of us have managed to survive that 10 years. Unfortunately, some of us haven't, and it's a shame that people won't be around to receive that drug, or maybe too ill to receive the drug. But it's amazing how all of a sudden it's like buses, isn't it? You know, nothing comes along for ages, and then possibly two things come along at once. So, you know, here's to the future, and I hope we all can make the most of it and get the drugs we need, because we don't all just sit back and do nothing. You know, we all work hard for our health, and whether it gets worse or not, we still work hard every single day. Nebulizers, exercises, tablets, we all do it. And, you know, we don't do it just to sit around and not see the medical profession progress. We all want to see the drugs that will help us arrive. So yeah, I mean, it's been amazing. Personally, I can't wait to find everything out. But, you know, some people that have moaned this week about what I've said online and social media, well, if they're not interested in the results or people's genuine complaints, then, you know, what's the point? It frustrates me that people think you don't want to learn stuff. Or, you know, I want to learn everything. I like to learn everything about myself, and I like to learn about the whole CF world, because at one point, one drug might only help one person, but it still helped one person, and I want to know that. So for me, it's been quite insightful over the last few days to read all this information. What else did I want to talk about? Oh yeah, training. I've been training. I went out for a few rides since I've been talked in the last blog. I'm a little bit ill at the moment. You can probably tell I'm breathing quite quick. Well, probably not, but I am very short of breath at the moment, but it could be the weather. I'm going to hospital on Friday for a checkup, so hopefully I'll get some antibiotics and then just keep training hard for the bike ride. It's the longest I've stayed out still. I do think maybe I could go to hospital in the next couple of weeks and get 2 weeks of IVs in maybe. And I could still train hard, so hopefully it wouldn't affect my training. I could take my bike with me and my turbo trainer and just train my backside off in the hospital like I did last time I was in. Yeah, I just am struggling a little bit. My lungs. I did some hills at the weekend on my bike, and I I didn't realise how bad my lung function was. I know I'm only running around 50 to 60 at the moment, and on the flat, actually, it doesn't really affect me. I'm getting better, and my distance is getting further on the flat a lot. You know, I'm covering 30 odd miles on the flat easily a ride now, and quite happy. And doing 20 miles every time I go on the turbo trainer, quite happy. But I did a 1 mile hill at the weekend. If that, it's half a mile, and it was so steep. I got halfway up, realised I was about to be sick, pretty much. Got off the bike, threw up because I was so out of breath, so exhausted. So I hadn't hit a hill that hard, and realised I couldn't get the air in quick enough to my lungs to get the muscles working. So I did struggle, but I sat at the side of the road. I did throw up, yeah, I have to be honest. I fell off my bike because I was so tired I couldn't unclip. Fell off into the grass. Sat down for 5 minutes. Had a bite to eat. Some carb loading gels and drinks and that, just to give me a bit more energy. And what spurred me on, funny enough, was an older lady came past on her little push bike. Nothing like the kit that I've got, and just an everyday bike, and pedalled past me like it didn't even matter. You know, I know she probably didn't have nothing wrong with her. She's just keeping fit, but it made me think, you know, I don't want to lose to anyone. It could have been a little boy, a little girl, an old lady, old man, but just the fact that some person came past me and beat me up this hill, because I'm quite competitive, really annoyed me. So I got back on my bike, pedalled my backside off. It hurt a lot because I've actually hurt my right leg in training the last 10 days. I'll talk about that in a minute. I got to the top, fell off again. Well, I got out the pedals and then just fell over because I was so tired. I did throw up again a little bit, but realised I had made the hill, so I was quite chuffed. And yeah, I'm going to have to start working on hills more, but my leg is starting to cause a lot of trouble. I've actually caused quite a bad muscle strain, according to the guy I go to who does my physio and that. And during my sports massage, he assessed my leg and everything, and I have a really bad muscle strain in my right leg. It's really bad. I thought he was trying to kill me when he was, you know, bashing me about and trying to stretch the muscle out to help me, and he thinks that it may have started to cause inflammation, but hopefully caught it early enough. But on the hill, my right leg is the leg I depend on because I had an operation when I was a kid on my left leg, because I have cerebral palsy in the left leg. I don't see it like that. It really isn't like cerebral palsy like you see other people unfortunately suffering from it, but that's what they called it officially. But I essentially had one leg shorter than the other. None of my joints aligned, and I have no muscle in my left leg. I've never been able to rebuild it. I've tried, but it hasn't worked, and so because of that, I depend a lot on my right leg on the bike, especially on the hills. So because of the muscle strain, excuse me, I just had to let my dog out for a wee. Yeah, where was I? Yeah, the muscle strain is really painful. Got to the top of the hill and I thought I'd done my leg completely in, and like I say, when I went to the sports massage, I really thought he was trying to hurt me. It was so painful. It's the worst I've ever felt. I've actually got used to sports massages now, and believe it or not, the last couple I've had, I've fallen asleep in. So I thought I was alright, but when he did my right leg, yeah, I really struggled. Like, it was a lot of pain. I can't tell you how agony it was, to the point I thought I was going to end up crying because it was so much pain. And he said to rest for a few days, but of course I only rested for a day, and then the next day went out for the ride and hit the hill. And don't push yourself when you injure yourself. It's the biggest thing I've regretted, because it's really hurting a lot now. You know, I'm having ice packs, hot baths, ice baths. I'm doing stretches to try and help it, but it still hurts a lot. So I'm going to have a couple of extra days off this week from training, and then just stick to the flat work for a bit longer. And then when it gets better in the next few days, hopefully, decided I'm going to go and drive out to the hills that I've been going on the rides for, and just purely practice on the hills, because I need to get some better legs for hill work. The interval training I've been doing has helped a lot. I was surprised I got far up the hill as I did the other day, but I still need to do more. So I've got exactly 8 weeks to the day today till the bike ride. So yeah, I need to push harder. Other things, not a lot really to report. I feel better mentally. Like last time I said, I had a few issues. It's getting better. I feel alright. Don't really know what to say about it. Everything feels okay. I'm just a bit annoyed obviously about my leg, because I don't want to stop training. I've been doing a lot, and it still keeps me fit. I'm still out of hospital, and it's June now, so 6 months now since my last hospital admission for IVs, which is amazing. I've not done it for 3 years, so still basking in my own, you could say, my own glory, because I haven't done anything other than train very hard, keep myself very fit, and be more compliant with my nebs and my breathing and tablets to get myself better. So I might not have improved my lung function, but I've kept myself out of hospital and I feel better with myself. So I'm still giving myself a pat on the back about now that it's been 6 months, but I may have to go in the next couple of weeks just for a top up and keep training in hospital. What else really? Yeah, the CF side's not too bad. It's just the injury I got for the bike ride, really. The CF's coming along nicely. I'm doing a lot better, feel better in myself mentally. I'm going to hospital on Friday for an appointment. Just going off for some antibiotics to help. I've got a bit of a cough and I am very short of breath at the moment. I can still do the bike, don't get me wrong. The flat work isn't hard. It's simple things to me now, like I cleaned the house this morning and I didn't feel very well doing that. Even just going up and down the stairs with a Hoover has just knackered me out. And then walking up and down the stairs as I was out of breath massively. I mean, the weather's not great today. It's chucking it down. But other than that, I feel great. Yeah, so hospital Friday, see what the lung function is. Get some antibiotics, try and get rid of this little cough and help my chest. Keep pushing on. I just wanted to do a blog really about the CF side of it and this great stuff that's come out lately with the gene therapy and the new drug. I just want to have my little rant about people who think I've been moaning and over attention. Well, you know what you can do about that. And just give an update on the training, really. I feel positive about things. 8 weeks to go. Yeah, great. Oh, and on Sunday I'm doing my abseil, hopefully, finally, with Jamie Fagg and family coming along to support. So, yeah, third time lucky. It's been delayed twice, which has been really frustrating because it's one of the things you really want to do. It's a once in a lifetime thing to abseil down the Asa Mittal Orbital statue at the Olympic Park. And I was chomping at the bit when we went the first day and it got cancelled when we was there, and I've been chomping ever since to do it. So hopefully to finally do it on Sunday will be really cool, and it'll be my first charity event that I've done for a few years and the first of a few this year. So hopefully we'll do that. It'll be good fun. And might even bump into Bradley Wiggins, who would inspire me quite a lot for the bike ride, because he's doing his 1 hour distance record at the velodrome on Sunday at the Olympic Park. And it'd be nice even just to catch a glimpse of him and try and say hello, maybe get a selfie if I can, tell him what I'm doing. I doubt it'll happen. He'll probably never see him. He's quite a private man, isn't he? He'll probably just run in and get on with it and go home and celebrate at home. But one can hope they can meet people that inspire them with the cycling. He would be a really big inspiration, to tell you, to kick you up the arse and get on with it. But yeah, generally things are going quite well. The wedding hasn't moved on anymore. Not as it hasn't moved on. We've booked tastings for the wedding and a few more ideas on suits and dresses and themes, and a few things we want to change with the catering side. But because most of it's already done and we've paid deposits, we don't really need to do much. We just need to start slotting things in place. So yeah, wedding's exciting, obviously. Couldn't forget to mention that because we talk about it every day, which is really cool. But yeah, all good. Other than that, yeah, things look really good. Quite happy. Just wanted to have my little say on the drugs and a little rant and keep you up to date, really. And I'll probably do one on Friday when I'm in the hospital, actually. Why not? Let's do a little vlog. We're in the hospital. I can show you the rooms and what we have to do. It'd be quite cool. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for all your comments and that on the last one, and positive and the negative feedback. It always helps to get both, because you can tell the haters and feel the lovers, as they say. And yeah, thank you very much. Bye for now.